Hello, my name is Barry Lee O'Connor. I'm an attorney that's licensed to practice in the state of California and in the federal court. I've been a landlord for over 42 years, and I've also been an attorney for over 25 years. I'm briefly going to talk today about the unlawful detainer process. An unlawful detainer process is a civil case that is filed against a tenant for a breach of their lease or their written rental agreement. Differences between a lease and a rental agreement is a rental agreement is normally a month-to-month tenancy with no fixed term, and a lease is for a set period of time, which is a fixed term. All unlawful detainers must be preceded by a notice. Some of the notices that are used are a 3-day notice to pay rent or quit. When a tenant is behind in their rent, a 30-day notice when they've lived there less than a year and are on a month-to-month tenancy, or a 60-day notice if they're on a month-to-month tenancy and have lived in the property for over a year. After the notice is served, if the tenant fails to pay the rent or fails to move, then you can file your unlawful detainer action. When a tenant is served the unlawful detainer action, they have 5 days to file a response. That means that they either can file an answer, a demur, a motion to strike, a motion to quash. If they file an answer, then the next proceeding will be the attorney or my office will file what's called a request to set, and then we'll have a trial date set in approximately 2 weeks. If they fail to file a response within 5 days after serving the summons and complaint, then we'll submit what's called a default packet and take a default for possession of the property. Once a default has been entered, it takes somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks for the unlawful detainer action to be completed by the sheriff doing the actual lockout on the property. If they have filed a request for setting, or we filed a request for setting because the tenants have filed an answer, it takes about 21 days to get a court trial. Once we have the court trial, if we prevail, then again it takes 2 to 3 weeks for the lockout. So the soonest that you're going to have your tenant out of a property after the notice expires is probably 30 days, and the average is probably about 45 days. And again, the lockouts, the attorney's office has no control over. It depends on the sheriff's schedule, and a lockout may take 2 to 3 weeks.